By now, you might be wondering, why does this number here never seems to grow? In today's video, we're going to talk about exactly that. I'm going to take you through all of the content that gives you gold on a weekly basis, limited gold, and throughout the video, I'm also going to give you some pro tips as to how you can manage your gold and what are a few investments that you can make in order to have it better or make more out of your little gold right now later down the road. First, let's talk about the obvious things. Let's get those out of the way. Your weekly gold earning characters. You can find them in this menu right here, and every single character that you have on your roster up to a maximum of 6 can earn gold from 3 different pieces of content that reward gold. For example, one of my characters can do Valtan, Vikas, and Cuckoo and get the gold from all of these 3 Legion raids. I can also do Belshazzar, Cuckoo, and Vikas and earn more gold simply because Belshazzar gives more gold than Cuckoo, Cuckoo gives more than Vikas, Vikas more than Valtan, and so on. Abyssal dungeons also give gold. As you can see, there's gold as a reward here, gold as a reward later down the road here when you reach this item level. Eventually, at the end of the day, you're going to have to choose which pieces of content do you want to get more gold from. Generally speaking, is the 3 pieces of content that gives you the most gold, so the highest tier that you can possibly do. Doing group content in Lost Ark, of course, gives you a lot of other rewards, but stuff that gives you gold is also the bid at the end of every Legion raid for the legendary engraving book that you drop. If it's a valuable legendary engraving, you're gonna get an extra amount of gold, and this is why very many people prefer to have 6 characters that can take part in 3 of these pieces of group content that reward with gold. The next source of gold I would like to talk about is the Unas tokens. These are tokens that you get by completing your dailies and your weeklies. All of the characters on your roster contribute to this, so this is not per character, it's per your whole roster, per server. And then these tokens, you can exchange them at the gold exchange merchant available in every major town with chests of gold. Now, even though I have enough to buy 2 of these pouches, I won't do that simply because I'm saving up for this box right here. The reason being that the Willy Wonka ticket is something that if you get lucky enough to drop it, it gives you 10,000 gold. That amount of gold on the Fresh Start servers is absolutely massive. You get more and more Unas tokens the higher item level your highest character on that roster is. Later down the road, when you finish your Super Mokoko Hyper Express and reach item level 1540, you will be able to afford several of these 500 token chests on a weekly basis. So by that logic, having one higher item level character on your roster sooner puts you in a much better spot because you can get more of those boxes, more chances at the Willy Wonka ticket. Other sources of reliable gold are, for example, the event islands. If you open the Procleon's Compass and look at the islands for that day, sometimes there is one that gives you gold as a main reward. Getting 5, 7, 900 gold from it is quite something on the Fresh Start servers. The Fate Ember in Chaos Dungeons, which is a very rare drop, also has the chance to give you gold as a reward. And with that, the more Chaos Dungeons you do, the more characters you have able to do Chaos Dungeons, the more chances you have at Fate Ember, and with that, extra gold. Your life energy is basically gold waiting for you here simply because you can go out in the open world, start gathering in the free time that you might have, and sell the tradable gatherables you get on the auction house for extra gold. Sometimes wood and rock go better than others. Eventually, later down the road, the 2 professions that you should be focusing on is either excavating or fishing, simply because long term, these 2 are going to be the highlights and are going to give you the materials that people really want for their end game, as opposed to anything else. Being in a very active guild that actually takes it seriously and gathers the people together for the events that reward the guild with gold is another source of making some every week, because then it gets distributed to the people who have participated in that event. Another piece of content that rewards you with guaranteed gold at the end is a Chaos Gate. The guaranteed gold comes from the fact that when you finish the event, there is a legendary map up for a bid, and then everyone that's there can bid for it. Now, At the moment on the fresh start servers, you're not going to make a lot of gold from that bid simply because people don't have that much gold to bid on it. But the more important reason to do a chaos gate is so that you would get yourself your own personal map that you can then take another 3 players and in a party of 4 go explore a secret dungeon that gives you, amongst other things, tradable pouches of honor shards. These can be sold on the auction house for quite a nice amount of gold. And that was everything for the renewable sources of getting gold. Let's talk a little bit about limited gold sources. For example, the Blooming Mokoko event. This is just something temporary. You should never skip it. Every day you can do it on one character for the whole roster. And there is a chance you get a little bit of gold all the way to a lot of gold. The Super Mokoko Express is also a limited batch of gold at the end when you do finish the whole thing. Mokoko's Shining Harvest event is also a limited thing on the fresh start servers that does give you gold. There's also a collectible that gives you gold as rewards for various stages, the masterpieces. It's pretty easy to reach 20 masterpieces if you put your mind to it a little bit, but the best way to make gold, let's say, is to play the auction house. Especially on the fresh start servers right now, people need some things and people don't yet need some other things. Of course, as a brand new player, which is why I'm creating this video, you won't necessarily know every single thing that's worth it to buy or sell. However, you can know that by simply comparing the prices here on the market with the website lostarkmarket.online. And this way, you can at least get a little bit of knowledge as to when you sell something or when you want to sell something from your bag. Here on the website, you can see the prices available on the legacy servers of Lost Ark right now, which is also where the Fresh Start server is going to reach eventually. Maybe not this week, maybe not next week, but at the end of the day, you are getting merged to the servers, to this economy. And so looking at how much it costs now and comparing it with how much you can get on the fresh start servers, this is obviously extremely fair because here people don't have that much money to buy them. But it always makes you wonder, should I sell it today or should I wait another week or two? Because obviously if you really need the gold and you're starved for cash and you want to spend your gold on something truly valuable here on the fresh start servers, of course you should be selling your things, right? But otherwise, you have the future in front of you. Combat items, for example, is not something that's worthwhile doing on the fresh start servers right now. Being a herbalist and gathering plants, or a miner and gathering rock to craft some battle items and sell them, why? Everyone got thousands of them for free, and most likely we're gonna get even more boxes than this at one point just to help people out even more. So there are some good ideas and there are also some bad ideas in terms what you can what you can do. Gems, for example, are a very good idea. If you look at level 5, gems in general are a business that's kind of a forever business. Everyone's always needing gems, everyone's combining, getting higher and higher gems, etc. And if you look at the gem prices here on the Fresh Start servers, you can buy a level 5 gem for 450 gold, while a level 5 gem in reality is more towards 1000, 1100 gold. This is basically doubling your gold in a couple of months from now or a few months from now. I myself have found level 5 gems. That's why I have so few gold, simply because I have purchased level 5 gems with 300 gold. And I'm not going to keep them because I really don't need them. I'm having fun as is. And I'm just going to keep them until later on. Of course, I don't want to get left behind compared to my peers in terms of item level or whatever. So I'm working towards that too. But at the same time, I do want to make some investments that are very worthwhile. Level 4 gems, for example, are 200, the cheapest 250, etc. Why would I buy 3 of these 200 ones? Because it takes 3 to combine into a level 5. So why would I spend 2, 4, 600 gold when in fact I can spend 450 for this one? So you don't have to be a rocket scientist to play the auction house. I'm not teaching you here in-depth bot level mechanics of doing things. It's just like common sense, right? At the end of the video, I'd like to mention one last thing that brings quite a lot of gold in Lost Ark, and that is bussing or carrying other players through content. Now, at the moment you're new, I understand that. You're going to take a few months to get used to the game, to the content, but if you want to take Lost Ark seriously eventually later down the road and are interested in a fantastic way to make this gold, carrying other players is very popular in the game. You take a Legion raid, for example, Voltan, you gear yourself to a point where you are able to either take it on solo or with another person or with 3 other people in the group, while the other 4 to complete the 8-man raid are just there, dead. They pay you some gold before the run, and you just finish the encounter as a 4-man. That obviously can double the amount of gold that you get from a particular piece of content, and it's very popular in the game. One of the best ways of putting your alts to use. Just thought I would mention it for those of you who are taking this seriously and are here to learn the game and get invested and really take advantage of every single thing Lost Ark has to offer. That's all from me. Again, I thank you for watching, and I'm gonna see you really soon. Take care.